So I think we are ready to go ahead and get started. So let's get the morning started and get things underway. So you understand all the directions, and as you come up, we will make sure that the podium is adjusted properly, and then you can begin your oration. So for the first contestant, I would like to have Adonia, I believe it's Balkis of Columbus. Adonia is 7 years old and is in the second grade at Clanton Elementary School. Adonia hopes to be an artist, so please put your hands together and welcome Adonia Balkis.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adonia Balkis. I'm 7 years old in the second grade at Clanton Elementary School. The topic of my speech is, what would Dr. King say about today, chaos or community? I believe Dr. King would say we have chaos in the community, and here's why I think so. Some people are still being judged by the color of their skin by the police in America today. It happens so many times that I had to attend a rally last summer asking the police to stop their bad behavior and to treat everyone fairly. In addition, our court system treats African Americans unfairly. This must be stopped. Dr. King would say we are a community for many reasons. His June speech did come true, because today little black boys and girls hold hands with little white boys and girls. We go to the same schools, same jobs, and same places. In addition, all of my life, we had an African American president, and many people voted for him. Twice. Let's not forget our state capital had an African American mayor who served for 16 years. No other mayor has served for that long. Today, we have many teachers, inventors, artists, and judges who are African American presidents. Our communities came a long way, and we still have a long way to go. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Adonia. Our second contestant is Addison Captain of Bedford. Addison is 6 years old and is in the first grade at Glendale Primary School. Addison hopes to own her own school where she is a teacher and principal. Please welcome Addison Captain.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Addison Captain. I am 6 years old and in first grade in Bedford, Ohio. My topic is the legacy of Dr. King. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream, and that dream is me. I am the great-granddaughter of factory workers. They fought the good fight during a time when separate was not equal and women were seeking their rights. Their legacy lives in me because I can grow up to be what I want without fear of hate, or sit in a restaurant with friends of any color to share a plate. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream, and that dream is me. I am the granddaughter of activists who changed their schools and risked their lives to desegregate colleges, theaters, and pools. Their legacy lives in me as I take pride to learn all that I can and show the content of my character makes me who I am. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream, and that dream is me. I am the daughter of believers who are still working for justice in the community and to make it thrive, and set a good example to keep Dr. King's dream alive. Their legacy lives in me when I show respect for myself and love others, and to stand up for what is right and help all sisters and brothers. From the north to the south, much has been accomplished in the quest for what is right, but there is room for improvement on how much greater we can be. I will keep working. Dr. Martin Luther King still has a dream, and the dream keeper is me.
Thank you so much, Addison. All right. Contestant number 3, our next contestant is Jordan Clotman of Orange Villiga. Jordan is 6 years old and is in the first grade at Moreland Hills Elementary School. Jordan hopes to be a farmer and surgeon who fixes people. Please welcome Jordan Clotman.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jordan Clotman. I'm 6 years old and in the first grade. I attend Moreland Hills Elementary School. I live in Orange Village. I think Dr. King would be very sad if he had to describe the world today. He would say that the world has lots of chaos. The reason is too many people are being very naughty. We need to be obedient. The Bible tells us to obey our parents in the Lord because this is the right thing to do. The Bible also tells us to respect our mother and father so we can live a long time. When you do what the Bible says, you are really doing what God says. God is everybody's father. I think Dr. King would be very sad if he had to describe the world today. He would say that the world has lots of chaos. The reason is too many people are being very naughty. We need to be obedient. The Bible tells us to obey our parents in the Lord because this is the right thing to do. The Bible also tells us to respect our mothers and fathers so we can live a long time. When you do what the Bible says, you are really doing what God says. God is everybody's father. I think God and Dr. King are good friends because Dr. King said, "The time is always right to do what is right." They want us to obey our parents. Parents are people that God put in charge of to keep us safe. Parents still get to listen to your teachers, police officers, and other adults. If everybody was obedient, then the world would be a better place. If the person that killed Dr. King was obedient, then Dr. King might still be alive. People were really sad when he died. We celebrate him every year on his birthday because he did the right thing even when it was hard. I put in a soccer team in September. We had to listen to our coach and work together. When we listened, we scored goals and won the games. When we didn't listen, everybody was all over the place. That is what chaos looks like. We've lost those games. I learned that in order to win and get rewards, I need to obey the people in charge. God and Dr. King both said the time is always right to do what is right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Our next contestant is Elena Early of Columbus. Elena is 7 years old and is in the second grade at Clanton Elementary. Elena hopes to be an artist. Please welcome Elena Early.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elena Early. I am 7 years old. I am in the second grade at Clanton Elementary School. The topic of my speech is Everyone Matters. What would Dr. King say? Chaos or community? I think Dr. King would say we have community because I see people cleaning up trash in the ravine and people caring for each other by helping the people who get hurt and get sick. Why do people do this? They do this because everyone matters. We also have chaos because harmful people attacked Paris, San Bernardino, and other places. Dr. King believed love is more powerful than hate. He stood for brotherhood and peace. We need to respect everyone because it's not just you who matters. It's not just me who matters. Everyone matters. I think we can work together as a community and treat each other like we treat our family. And stop those people who hurt innocent people. And stop those people who do harmful things. Stop the gun violence. Everyone matters. Who's with me?
Thank you so much, Elena Early. Let's see, so I see that unfortunately contestant number 5 is not feeling well. Is that correct, Nevaeh Hightower? Okay, but just want to give her, to let everybody know that Nevaeh Hightower of Williamsburg, that she's not able to make it, not feeling well today, but she's in the 6th grade, or 6 years old, and in kindergarten at Williamsburg Elementary. She hopes to be a leader, and whatever she does, feel better. Nevaeh, and please congratulate. So we're giving congratulations to Nevaeh. Wish she could be here. So our next contestant is Veronica Mismas of Columbus. Veronica is 7 years old and is in the 2nd grade at Clanton Elementary. Veronica hopes to be a veterinarian and computer expert. Please welcome Veronica Mismas.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Veronica Mismas. I am in the 2nd grade at Clanton Elementary. The topic of my speech is, what would Martin Luther King say about today, chaos or community? I think Dr. King would think that today is community because things have gotten better since he was alive. When King was alive, there were things that black people could not do. They could not eat at the same restaurant and go to the same school as white people. Dr. King gave speeches and led protests to show that everyone was equal no matter what color they are. Today, everyone can be together anywhere and do the same things as white people. We even have a black president. In conclusion, Dr. King would be happy to see what things are like today.
Thank you, Veronica. Our next contestant is Laila Schneider of Marion. Laila is 8 years old and is in the 2nd grade at Benjamin Harrison Elementary. Laila hopes to be a marine biologist. Please welcome Laila Schneider.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laila Schneider. I am 8 years old. I go to Benjamin Harrison Elementary School in Marion, Ohio, and my teacher's name is Mrs. Knoll. Today I'm going to share with you my speech called Together is Better. Dr. King used to have it 6, synergize. Synergize means working together. Dr. King worked with people to have more freedom for the United States of America. Dr. King gave speeches to tell people about his dream. Dr. King changed laws in the United States of America. He changed laws using peace. He changed laws from keeping people apart. Dr. King made sure everyone had equal rights. He and other people wanted equal rights. Martin Luther King Jr. taught the world all about friendship, how to love, not hate, have hope for all, follow your dreams, forgive and love everyone. By working together, it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, I believe that concludes the primary division. So again, a huge round of applause for our primary division contestants. Wow, incredible. Judges, you have a hard road ahead of you. I tell you, they were incredible. And so just going to keep this going. So we'll go on with the intermediate division. So judges, please prepare your sheets there to change over to the intermediate division. and we will begin with them. I believe everybody's ready. Judges, is all the judges ready? Yes, okay. Intermediate division, are you ready? Yes, all right. Okay, so for the first contestant in the intermediate division is Liv Barton of Columbus. Liv is 11 years old and is in the 5th grade at Indian Springs Elementary School. Liv hopes to be an attorney, so please welcome Liv Barton.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Olivia Barton. I'm 11 years old and in the 5th grade at Indian Springs Elementary School in Columbus City Schools. The topic of my oration is chaos on the front line. This is Olivia Barton reporting to you from the front line, the war zone. On the day of my last live broadcast, on the 335th day of 2015, there had already been 357 mass shootings in numerous communities across the United States. Absolute chaos. December 2nd, San Bernardino, California, 14 dead. November 27th, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 3 dead. October 1st, Roseburg, Oregon, 9 dead. June 17th, Charleston, South Carolina, 9 dead. May 23rd, Isla Vista, California, 6 dead. And do I need to remind anyone of my reporting from Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut back in 2012? 26 people dead. 20 little children and 6 adult staff members, just like the people I see every day back at school. Complete chaos in our communities. That is what Dr. King would see if he was here today. He would be absolutely revolted and devastated with all of this. On June 17, 2015, a gunman entered the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina. During a prayer service, he shot 9 people to death, including 2 pastors. It was a racially motivated shooting. 1 month later in July, I visited Charleston with my family. I saw the Emmanuel Church and the flowers laid out in memory of those who had lost their lives so chaotically. That community's sense of security had been shattered. Dr. King would shake his head in sadness to see that in so many ways we have not progressed in the 21st century from all the chaos he witnessed in the 1960s. I wonder if we as a society have accomplished the principles Dr. King preached in his first book, Stride Toward Freedom, the principles of nonviolence. 1, it is a way of life for courageous people. 2, it seeks to win friendship and understanding. 3, it seeks to defeat injustice, not people. 4, it holds that suffering can educate and transform. 5, it chooses love instead of hate. 6, it believes that the universe is on the side of justice. I challenge you to think about how much progress we have truly made toward these 6 principles. Reporting to you, live from the front line, the war zone, I'm Olivia Barton, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Our next contestant is Sandra Branch of Lima. Sandra is 10 years old and is in the 5th grade at North Middle School. Sandra hopes to be a pediatrician, so please welcome Sandra Branch.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Sandra Branch. I'm 11 years old. I live in the city of Lima, Ohio. I attend North Middle School, and the title of my oration is My Hands. My hands are small. But take my hands, and I will show you big, big things. Grab my hands, and I will walk you past the poverty and despair. I will show you the people in the churches and the town halls and on the streets who work hard to build up our communities. Come on, take my hand, and I will lead you past the violence out here in these streets. I will take you to the great schools where my friends and I learn the math, science, and the critical thinking. We need to become more powerful than any bullet. Take my tiny hand, and I will lead you past the riots and the looters to the voting booths where men and women choose strong leaders to decide the policies that build the great schools where my friends and I learn math, science, and learning skills. Watch my growing hands as I use it to volunteer. Watch my growing hands as I use it to make changes in this world. Watch my growing hands as I can proudly take up that ballot. Take my hand. Take your brother's hand. Take your child's hand, your sisters, your mothers. Take their hand and tell them there is hope. They just need to know how to lend their hand, raise their hand, and vote with their hand. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." Take my hand and make a joyful noise in our community. Will you please take my hand? Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Our next contestant is Shaprice Dixon of Lima. Shaprice is 10 years old and is in the 5th grade at Air Force Community School. Shaprice hopes to be a doctor. Please welcome and put your hands together for Shaprice Dixon.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shaprice Dixon. I am 10 years old. I live in the city of Lima, Ohio. I attend Air Force Community School, and the title of my oration is "We Are Tired Too." You all remember the Rosa Parks story. Some of you may not know her at all, so here's her story. On December 1st, 1955, a seamstress boarded a Cleveland Avenue bus. She sat in the first row of the colored section in the middle of the bus. As the bus traveled its route, it filled quickly and more white passengers boarded the bus. All of a sudden, the bus driver noticed that there were several white men standing, and he demanded that Parks and other African Americans to give up their seats. 3 other African Americans gave up their seats, and Parks remained seated. The bus driver asked her again to give up her seat again and again. She refused. You see, Parks was tired after all she had been working for all day. Today, you are Rosa Parks, and I am Rosa Parks. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaprice. Our next contestant is Nathan Edwards of Akron. Nathan is 8 years old and is in the 3rd grade at Emmanuel Christian Academy. Nathan hopes to be a politician. Please welcome Nathan Edwards.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, hi, my name is Nathan Allen Edwards. I am 8 years old and I am a 3rd grader in Akron, Ohio. The topic of my oration is "It Can Be Done." In my hands, I hold two balloons. One represents chaos and the other represents community. They both look the same on the outside, but on the inside, they are very different. Webster's define chaos as complete confusion or disorder. Webster's define community as a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Chaos, community. Watch this. It may take some chaos to get us to community, but community is what makes us rise. Dr. King said we must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. I challenge you to plant seeds, grow trees, so one day I can enjoy the fruit. I challenge you to build bridges and not walls so that we can all live together. I challenge you, it can be done. My grandpa always taught me I don't gotta go to school, I get to go to school. When he was young, plowing the fields in Mississippi, he didn't have that choice. You don't gotta go to work, you get to go to work. And I came here today to tell you that there is work to be done, not just any work, but your work. Dr. King said it best. And we discover what you would be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. Don't just set out to do a good job, set out to do such a good job that the living, the dead, and the unborn couldn't do it any better. The time has come. It's your turn. Tomorrow is today. Not now, but right now. We can do it. We can turn the chaos into a community. I will close with my favorite poem from Edgar Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied, and maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a traceful grin on his face if he worried he hit it. He started to sing as he tackled a thing that couldn't be done and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands of prophecies failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing and you'll tackle the thing that cannot be done and you'll do it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands of prophecy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Take off your coat and go to it. Just start to sing and you'll tackle the thing that cannot be done and you'll do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Goodness. All right, our next contestant is Mattie Hainan of Columbus. Mattie is 11 years old and is in the 5th grade at Indian Springs Elementary School. Mattie hopes to be a marine biologist. Please welcome Mattie Hainan.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Mattie Hainan. I'm an 11-year-old 5th grader currently attending Indian Springs Elementary School in Columbus City Schools. The topic of my oration is steps, bridges, and bars. Climb steps, cross bridges, see through the bars. Superstar Michael Jordan once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." This quote applies well to the community sport of parkour, and especially well to the civil rights movement, to Dr. King's mission to seek equal treatment and justice for Black Americans. Both involve obstacles to become stronger and achieve one's goal. Climb steps, cross bridges, see through the bars. What is parkour, you ask? Parkour is the art of using effective and efficient jumps, vaults, climbing, and swinging to conquer obstacles. The idea is to not be controlled by surrounding boundaries, but to run freely. It is a quest for freedom, to take paths no one else takes, where nobody has been. Dr. King experienced the same thing. He refused to allow the surrounding chaos to limit him. He refused to allow the chaos of unjust communities and laws to stand in his way. He faced the obstacles of Jim Crow, multiple arrests and time behind bars, his own house being bombed, and Alabama Governor George Wallace's vow for segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. Dr. King wanted to be free at last. Climb steps, cross bridges, see through the bars. Parkour athletes are part ninja, part gymnast, part runner. They run freely through their community. When they come upon an obstacle, they jump across it. Dr. King faced obstacles head on. I think if he was here today, he would like parkour. It was not easy. There was chaos. When he marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge from Selma to Montgomery, he faced a blockade of state troopers and local lawmen. Troopers attacked King and the crowd with clubs and tear gas. Many marchers retreated. Many were beaten. King climbed steps to deliver a masterful speech. He marched across bridges. He saw through the bars. He fought the chaos. He empowered communities. Today, in 2016, Dr. King would encourage us to do the same. We must fight the chaos. We must empower our communities. When facing obstacles, we must follow his advice. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mattie. Our next contestant is Madeline Levinson of Euclid. Madeline is 10 years old and is in the 4th grade at Greenview Upper Elementary School. Madeline hopes to be a veterinarian. So please welcome Madeline Levinson.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Madeline Levinson. I am 10 years old and in the 4th grade at Greenview Upper Elementary School in South Euclid. My topic is what would Dr. King say today, chaos or community? Dr. King would have chosen community because he chose to spread love, not hate. In our school, we have a mix of many different colors, races, and religions. We all work together in our classes. We mostly get along and we're friends. We try to work together to get better. Sometimes we don't get along, but we don't let the color of our skin keep us apart. Some of Dr. King's messages are that we are all equal and cannot solve problems with hate. Dr. King was influenced by Gandhi to use nonviolent ways to work out differences. In my school, we talk about our problems. In school, we learn about lots of different people and cultures and learn how they have changed the world. If Dr. King were alive today, he would want Donald Trump to visit our school. Mr. Trump would learn how to work together instead of keeping people out because of their religion, like Muslims. Even though we have come very far since Dr. King passed away, we cannot forget his dream, that we are all equal. Maybe we need to use Dr. King's nonviolent approach when he led the boycott of the buses in Alabama for 382 days. The Supreme Court changed the laws to allow people to sit anywhere on the bus, regardless of color. A nonviolent way to show Mr. Trump that hatred is not the American way is to boycott his buildings, speeches, and TV shows. That would make Dr. King proud. As he once said, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Dr. King would have chosen community because we are all part of a bigger community. Let's try to make things better and follow Dr. King's legacy by making a difference and not forgetting his dream, that we are judged by our character and not our skin color. Thank you.
Thank you, Madeline. Our next contestant is Samantha Lewin of Beechwood. Samantha is 8 years old and is in the 3rd grade at Hilltop Elementary School. Samantha hopes to be a teacher or gymnast. Please welcome Samantha Lewin.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Samantha Lewin. I live in Beechwood, Ohio. I am in 3rd grade, and my topic is about how the 21st century depends on me. The 21st century depends on me to be a citizen who helps others. I love helping others in math, science, reading, social studies, and gymnastics. When I help others, I feel special inside. I know it is a good deed. When I help others, I feel like it was my goal of the day. When I help others and they either smile or say thank you, it lights up my day. When I grow up, I want to make a difference in the world. One of the differences I want to make is stopping cyberbullying.
In school, we are doing something called Genius Hour. Genius Hour is when Genius Hour is when everyone in the school takes any topic and studies it. I am studying cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is when either a kid or a grown-up is bullying or is getting bullied by somebody online. I'm going to try and stop it by inventing something so when you send an email or a message and it has something mean in it, the email or message will not send. Another difference I want to make is stopping all the violence in the world. I'm always going to try and make wherever I live a safe place. I'm going to try and do that by making peace so there's nothing to fight about. Following the rules is important to me because I do not like to get in trouble. I always follow the laws and rules, and I'd like it to stay that way. We have rules because without rules, the world would be very wild. I'm already making a difference in school because I'm friends with the deaf and hard of hearing kids. I try and learn sign language every day to be able to speak with them. I love teaching my friends sign language so they are able to speak with them. I feel like learning sign language is important because the deaf and hard of hearing kids may not have many friends, if not a lot of people in the school know how to be able to communicate with them. All these examples are ways in which I can do my part in the 21st century. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, if I cannot do great things, I'll do small things in a great way. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. Okay, our next contestant is Mackenzie Lewis of Columbus. Mackenzie is 9 years old and in the 4th grade at Berwick Alternative K-8 school. Mackenzie hopes to be a pediatrician. Please welcome Mackenzie Lewis.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is Mackenzie Lewis. I am 9 years old and a 4th grade student at Berwick Alternative K-8 school. The topic of my oration is his presence. August 2013, I went to the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. I learned about Dr. King and his dream. I marched past his statue. I stood in his presence. August 2014, I visited the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, where Dr. King preached the funeral for 3 of the 4 little girls killed in the church bombing. I crossed the street and walked the Freedom Walk in Kelly Ingram Park, where sculptures showed how kids, some as young as me, were beaten, battered by water cannons, and attacked by dogs. I learned of his presence. January 2015, I saw the movie Selma. I learned more about Dr. King and what was ahead for me. I saw his presence and my future. March 2015, I went to Selma's Bridge Crossing Jubilee. Hundreds of thousands of people were there to remember the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, the Selma to Montgomery March, and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. I saw 104-year-old Amelia Boynton. Dr. King organized the Selma to Montgomery marches in her house. The first attempt to march to Montgomery, she was beaten, unconscious, and left lying on the bridge. During the Jubilee, I participated in the Children's Sojourn. Freedom songs, visits to historic buildings, and skits were used to tell kids about the Selma to Montgomery March. At Brown Chapel Church, where the 3 marches began, I heard from Cheyenne Webb, Dr. King's smallest freedom fighter. At 8 years old, she was heavily involved in the civil rights movement and the youngest person to attempt the Selma to Montgomery March. I was excited to learn the path we were following from Brown Chapel was the same one the Selma to Montgomery marchers took. I realized I was walking the path of strength and courage. That weekend, I learned a lot. I learned that being a leader can be hard. It can be scary, it can be dangerous, and even deadly. I learned that if you're afraid, you have to be strong and never show fear. The most important thing I learned, that as kids, like those of us in this room, can make a difference. The peaceful actions of the kids that participated in marches made headlines and changed history. Like the song, Man in the Mirror says, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. It's time for my generation to get a mirror and get to work. When the Sojourn reached the bridge, I, 8-year-old Mackenzie, was asked to be one of the marchers on the front line and help lead over 2,000 kids across the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
I was honored and did so proudly, singing those freedom songs and Negro spirituals, walking hand in hand with other kids in the exact same footsteps of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it was then I totally understood his presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Our next contestant is McKinley Morris of Jackson. McKinley is 11 years old and is in the 5th grade at Westview Elementary. McKinley hopes to be a fashion designer. Please welcome to the stage McKinley Morris.
Judges, ladies, and gentlemen, my name is McKinley Morris. I'm 11 years old, and I'm a 5th grade student at Westview Elementary in Jackson, Ohio. My topic is the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the big part of the civil rights movement in the 1960s. The movement was not only aimed to give African Americans the same rights as whites, but to give all people equal civil rights in America. Dr. King is still a source of inspiration to people hoping to fight racism, poverty, and social inequality through nonviolent activism. In 1963, Dr. King gave his famous I Have a Dream speech. He did not plan to talk about his dream. While there was a pause in his speech, a woman named Mahalia Jackson stood up and yelled, "Tell them about your dream, Martin." On the day of his speech to start racism and poverty, he said, "Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children." Dr. King was so dedicated to help and make a difference that in 1963, after being arrested for organizing a protest, he wrote in his jail cell, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Dr. King's legacy is a testament to the power of people working together for a common goal. He said, "We must learn to live together as brothers or we will perish as fools." To me, this means we are all the same, and if we do not treat each other the same, then we will never be able to achieve all that we are capable of. In 1964, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act to ban discrimination. In 1965, voting protesters were beaten by state troopers and civilians. After seeing this, Dr. King continued to press for a law to ensure that blacks had the right to vote. Dr. King was a wonderful man, and because of the movement that he started, we now have an African American president. Thank you, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much, McKinley. Our next contestant is Natalie Schreiber of Lyndhurst. Natalie is 10 years old and is in the 4th grade at Greenview Upper Elementary School. Natalie hopes to be a veterinarian, so please welcome to the stage Natalie Schreiber.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Natalie Schreiber. I am 10 years old and I attend Greenview Upper Elementary. If Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today, he would describe the world today as being in chaos. Chaos is everywhere in the world. If you look around, and you don't have to look very far, there are stories about chaos everywhere, in papers, TVs, radios, and even in the palm of your hand. You don't have to look far to find chaos, but you have to look real hard to find community. Dr. King was about peace and nonviolence, and all the bad things on the news that are going on do not show that. If he were alive today, I think he would be disappointed and try to stop all of this. A long, long time ago, when my mom was a kid, she used to play outside sun up to sundown. My mom and my grandparents never had to worry about the possibility of being shot or abducted. Unfortunately, kids today can't freely play outside in some areas without being a target for violence and chaos. Dr. King fought for many things, including peace among all people. As I look around my small part of the world, many things Dr. King gave his life for are still happening. He died for his belief that everyone should have equal rights today. Regrettably, we still live in a world where people are judged based on their skin color, their appearance, where they live, and if they are a boy or girl. Maybe if we try to do something nice for just one person, they would see the world is not doomed to be in chaos forever.
Maybe the solution starts with us. Us kids can use words to solve problems, not violence and guns. Would Dr. King be happy with what he sees today? We'll never know, but I think if we just start seeing everyone as a person and not a threat, we have the power to change the world. It needs to be us kids who start the end of the chaos. People do not have to die anymore if we just valued everyone's life the same as we do our own. I hope when I get old like my mom, I don't have to worry about my kids playing outside sun up to sundown. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. And I believe our final contestant for the division is Adriana Steiner of Lyndhurst. Adriana is 10 years old and is in the 4th grade at Greenview Upper Elementary School. Adriana hopes to be a fashion designer. Please put your hands together and welcome Adriana Steiner.
Hi, my name is Adriana Steiner. I'm a 4th grader at Greenview Upper Elementary School. I am 10 years old and I live in Lyndhurst, Ohio. What would Dr. King say today? Chaos or community? Martin Luther King Jr. stood for unity in the community before the law supported him. He didn't let the media influence his dream. During Dr. King's lifetime, the hope in his dream coming true is not realistic. Today, we have the opportunity to live in Dr. King's dream. Everything we need for a good community is within our reach. I feel that Dr. King would choose community because today, unlike in Dr. King's time, there is no longer legal segregation. We can ride the bus together, go to school together, and play on the playground together. I am legally allowed to love anyone that I choose to. Dr. King said, I have a dream that one day the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood. Brotherhood means friendly relationship. When I walk through my cafeteria, I see children of every race sitting together at the table of brotherhood. On December 9, 2015, the lawmakers of Congress stood beside President Barack Obama to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment ended slavery in the United States on December 9, 1865, and to see people of all colors celebrating this is a true example of community. Martin Luther King Jr. did not let the media influence his dream to other people. To continue to grow our community in the way Dr. King dreamed, we must turn off the TV and go to the park and make a friend. Do not let the media tell how to feel about other people. Dr. King would describe the world as community today. TV and radio plays the same negative events over and over trying to separate us. But Dr. King would remind us of every positive event that the TV and radio doesn't mention. Greenview Upper Elementary School cafeteria is an example of the positivity. Everything we need for a good community is within our reach. All you have to do is reach for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. Well, that concludes our morning competition. So let's be sure to give another round of applause to our contestants this morning. Did such an incredible job this morning, and I know the judges have a long road ahead of them, but also, listening to our young people gives, when we think of chaos or community and things that are going on locally and nationally, truly gives us hope, gives me hope for the future, and knowing that we are in good hands here in our state of Ohio and beyond. So I appreciate you young people for your orations and the work that you put in to be able to memorize and go work. I know I couldn't do it, so you guys did a great job. Another round of applause for our young people, please. Woo-woo.